Hi everyone. I am here today with George Vondriska, all the way from Wisconsin.
So much warmer here than home. It's a wonderful thing.
And we are tackling a pretty substantial shed build. I don't know, what would be one step up from a shed?
A house. Barely. This shed.
Yeah. Somewhere in between the two. So we're going to be doing a multiple part series, and we're going to show you in this video how we put together the foundation and how we build the deck.
This thing we're sitting on.
Let's get started.
All right.
Bye.
You can't come my way, you gotta come.
A lot of work went into planning for and preparing for this build. Once we decided on a design, George generously created plans for the shed in SketchUp, and there was a long list of supplies and tools that needed to be on site so that we could hit the ground running. We scheduled the supplies to be delivered by a local building supply company in the morning before George's flight landed. And you can see the remnants of my old shed that Ryan and I tore apart to make space for the new building. It was a huge time saver that we could get everything right into the backyard. I feel incredibly fortunate that someone as talented and knowledgeable as George is taking the time and traveling to Charleston for this project, so I want to make the most of the time we've got. As soon as we were back from the airport, we were on the job. The first step is setting the location of these concrete piers. We need to make sure that they're spaced correctly and that each pier is level. Their relative height isn't important though.
I love those. Okay.
Just hold it there, will you? Alright. Okay.
I think this is going to go in the blooper reel.
Uh-oh. Hey Ryan, keep...
Here's the plumb. We're really close on the bottom now. Yeah, that's our 141.
Come on now.
Is perfect, okay? You live with that?
I think we can make do. Once we have the piers set, we can start staking the posts. We have to set stakes in two directions to keep the posts
Then
plumb.
on your piers,
Once we get a couple posts in, we can start attaching the rim joists.
So you clockwise, just under running this like that.
Okay. We're fastening these with galvanized carriage bolts that we have to pre-drill for and hammer in. And repeat. I think I actually got pretty good with a sledgehammer by the end of all this. We're checking for level each time we attach a new rim joist, and if we get everything right, it all lines up in the end.
All right, so we got all the rim joists set in place. Everything's bolted in.
Show them the magic moment.
Yeah,
This is cool.
check this out. Right on the money. Good job. All right, so the first thing that we're doing with these joists here is we're cutting off the factory end. We need to make sure that the cut on the end is perfectly square and straight, and it's not necessarily so from the factory. Then we cut it to length, and then we're gonna check for crown. So let's cut this one to length.
I'm going to get out of the way because I don't have a mask. You go.
Yeah. And then we want to just check for crown. So I want to sight down and see if it's going this way or if it's going this way. There's a tiny little bit over here on this side where this knot is, where it's curving out right there. And we want to make sure that if there is a crown, that part is going to point up when we attach this board. That way over time, as the weight is sitting on top of it, it's going to end up being pushed down and becoming more flat.
Rock star. That's great. Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
All right, Ashley, let's hang.
Do it. Okay.
Yeah.
75th big step before lunch on day 1.5.
No, it's not even day one, right? What time did I get?
This was day 1.
I landed
this
at
was
1.
supposed to be day 1, but yesterday we got in like a half a day, so.
Yeah.
All right. Ready to hang those joists.
Are we on? Are we on?
Yeah,
Are we on?
we're on.
Okay.
It's hang time.
So this is cool.
We're doing dad jokes here.
Well, don't start me. You know why pediatricians make lousy woodworkers or bowl turners? They have very little patience. Thank you for laughing. All right. So we're not even 24 hours into this. This is cool, and we're ready to start get your deck system going.
It's gonna start looking like a floor.
All right, let's hammer and hang. This is exactly the same as what we did with that, except that we can use the nailers instead of hand nailing. So the easiest thing will be let one person pin it so that we're not like fighting each other trying to rack the joist and that kind of stuff to get it on the line. And then we'll come back after the fact and do the joist hangers. Just like what I said before, but different.
We've marked out the placement of each of these joists, including a line to ensure we mount them straight vertically rather than twisted. This is my first chance to use my new nail gun. After we get them nailed into place, we attach the joist hangers for extra
I feel
strength.
like I need to bang this one.
Rinse and repeat.
What you were saying about the cement on the nails?
When you look at a box of nails and it says like CC sinker, cement coated sinker, and there's an adhesive on here, cement. And when you drive that in, that creates friction, the nail gets hot. And when it gets hot, the stuff melts. So what happened is you were just pulling a nail, which the good news is it came out really, really hard. And that's because that cement melts and it bonds it into the wood and gives it a better bite. So that's the deal.
So if you
cement
plan on
coated.
taking it out, don't use that one.
Well, yeah, so like on our bracing, if we really wanted to be persnickety about this,
Right.
we would get smooth nails that are not cement coated so they pull easier. But then we only needed like 20 of those, so it would have been a little goofy to buy
Yeah.
a pound of those.
Yeah.
So we just argued with these instead.
Good plan. Ah!
That sucks.
So we're just getting ready to put a line exactly down the middle here, and that's going to help us make sure that we get the spacing right for our blocking, which is going to keep all of these joists evenly spaced.
We're doing this.
Exactly.
You take the smart end.
Okay.
Keep it up off until we're ready. So now hold the handle on the side so we can pull it tight, or it'll just keep on.
Yeah, I got it.
And then you, get on your line, and I'll stay high until you're ready.
Okay.
All right, and I'm going to pull tight.
Mm-hmm.
All right, snap when you're ready.
Ready? So I just wanted to show you guys the reason that we're adding blocking in between these joists. It's to keep them spaced evenly and to keep them from being able to bow one way or another. You can see how much movement there is in them right now. If we just go from joist to joist. We'll do another test after we get these blocks in, but the idea is to keep the spacing consistent so that when we go to nail everything down from the top, we know we're hitting those joists. Look.
Cool.
We're alternating from one side to the other of our center chalk line when we toenail in these blocks.
And if then your double check is, go ahead. If you see that nail coming out here, then you were too this way. Yeah. Put those in.
All right, guys, moment of truth. See how we did? No shakes, no wobbles, nice and sturdy. Onto the flooring.
The grain always runs perpendicular.
So George,
What?
can you tell me? Can you tell me why we have this piece of plywood running this way?
You always run the grain of the plywood perpendicular to the floor joist or the rafters. It gives it the most rigidity, and because I said so, and that's why. No, but it gives us the most rigidity. You always run them perpendicular.
It's all about the green.
We're also staggering the seams so they don't line up with each other from one row to the next.
Once we know that, then we'll come back and you can figure out window placement. Like what we'll do, we'll build that one, stand it up. Then we'll come back, build this one, stand it up. And then that gives us, once those two are up, that gives us the dimensions for the other two to go in between. So it'd be great if before close of business today, if we have the two end walls up.
Ta-da! We have a platform.
This went so well, I can't believe how, you did a great job.
Thank
and
you.
I can't believe how fast this all came together.
Me too. Oh my gosh, I learned a ton. And I would say this thing is definitely not going anywhere for a long time.
And it's neat to watch, you know, one of the things I like about construction is how it's a system. So we start with just the rim joists, and then the joists and everything is kind of wiggly-piggly, but then we add the blocking, and then you add the plywood, and it just keeps getting more and more solid as we go. And pretty soon there will be
Walls. And a roof.
well, yeah, we kind of need a roof in this part of the country,
Right.
don't we?
Yeah. So stay tuned for the next video, y'all. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the little notifications bell so that you hear every time I post a video. I would also like to give a big thank you to all of my Patreon members. Your support is so appreciated, and it helps us to continue to do everything that we do here to continue to offer you guys high quality photos and videos for you to enjoy. If you are interested in getting more of a behind the scenes look at what's going on with my turning and my business, or if you would like a heads up about when I'm going to be hosting my next classes here in Charleston, you can head on over to my Patreon page and check it out. The links are below. I would especially like to give a big shout out to my top tier patrons, Evan Hoffman, Jim Tate, Robert Hunt, and Tab Adams. Thank you so much. Lastly, if y'all are interested in any of the tools that we're using here in this video, you can check those out in the links below, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. And of course, check back in for the next installment of our shed build video. Thanks so much, guys. Till next time.